Hey, Jake, sorry for the result. Coach kind of said it was a lot of it was a byproduct of the team trying to push a little bit too much in the wrong times, and you guys getting countered. Can you give your observation on that?
Nah, yeah, he's right. I think I wouldn't say we underestimated what they can do on the counterattack, but I think for sure we gave some balls away in the first half that we thought probably we had the leniency to, just like against different teams, against Minnesota, St. Louis, maybe we won't be punished as bad, but when you face probably the best front three in the league, unfortunately, we learned a lesson today that we have to be better. But the ball higher up, and also defensively, just being ready and knowing our opponent even better.
Our next question will go to Chad Smith with the Kansas City Soccer Journal. Chad, your line is open.
Jake, sorry for the result. You got a brief time with a new signing out there. Moises Mosquera kind of made his debut. Can you talk about his contribution to the team and what you saw in that brief time together on the field?
Yeah, it was short. Obviously, he's a beast. He's also really composed on the ball, so I think obviously really good signing, and I think he'll bring a lot of quality to our team. And yeah, he's a fighter, and I think he'll help us a lot.
And then obviously you had a tough task tonight being asked to defend one of the best players in the league in Denny Bouanga. How do you kind of prepare yourself for a challenge like that?
Well, I mean, it's not my first time playing against him, so I know that he's really dangerous. I know that he's fast. I know he's always trying to go in behind. He never gets tired. So I did the best I could. Tried to match his intensity, tried to match the energy, kept fighting, kept trying. He's one of the best players in the league, and he got us tonight. So going into the game, I just try to prepare the best I can, even though I've played against him multiple times.
Hey, Coach. Sorry for the result. It seemed like they were able to counter really well today. Just can you talk about where Sporting came up a little short and how they were able to take advantage of that?
Yeah, I mean, that's not only today. That is how LAFC plays this year. This is their strengths. They have no problem sitting, defending very low, very deep in a 4-5-1, and then hitting in counterattacks. That's what they do against most of the teams. And that is what annoys me the most, that we lost the game in a manner we knew exactly how the game will look like. And especially in the first half, in those crucial moments, we did not what we were supposed to do as a team. We forced balls too quickly in zones which we shouldn't have played, because that's exactly what they wanted. We prepared for that, and then you run into these three counterattacks. It's basically we beat ourselves. They had no shot on target, unless these three goals, which were counterattacks, which we made mistakes, which we shouldn't have made. I feel like we were a bit better, more disciplined in the second half, and suddenly we have less counterattacks. I mean, you can't eliminate LAFC's attack 90 minutes, but that is what annoys me, that we actually were not disciplined enough in certain moments in the first half, or didn't do what we were supposed to do and try to force things too quickly, and then they punish you. That's it.
Is that a byproduct of the team trying too hard, or is it something that they just weren't focusing on very well, I guess?
I think it's just in certain moments decision making. I think I believe that we played in possession some really good sequences today. We were good on the ball. We didn't create that much, but that's also not easy against them, to be honest. But from our goal into the final third, we actually combined and played some very good football, some very good combination, moved the ball up, and then we were just too eager and too fast to wanting to play the killer pass. This is exactly what they want. They want you to play and to force in certain areas, and then when you lose that ball, then they're very, very, very fast with Son, Bouanga, Martinez. If Schaffelberg plays, it's him, it's Boyd. That's their strengths. So that was us forcing too much. In the second half, we forced less. We were let's be patient, let's move the ball, and then a gap will open, and then eventually you play into that gap. So that is what actually annoys me, that we played into their hands.
And then not really the way you want to have new players learn lessons, but everybody did get an experience against one of the top teams in the West. Can you just talk about Orr and Moises and Amir, just what maybe they have learned from this experience?
I don't think it's about those three, it's about the whole team. We have to learn from that. We have to learn that in certain moments we cannot do certain things or force plays, because LAFC is obviously an extreme example with extreme quality, but it is in the MLS. When you force things, a lot of teams in the MLS have fast strikers, fast wingers, and they try to counterattack. Like we also do in moments. We're very strong with that when we have Calvin and Capita and sometimes Steven playing there. So it's just everyone we have to learn, and for this game especially, we said, let's not force things. Let's not get tired of keeping the ball. And unfortunately, in the first half, we had these few moments where we forced, and then they punish you.
Our next question will go to Chad Smith with the Kansas City Soccer Journal. Chad, your line is open.
Hey, Coach, sorry for the result. Kind of going further on the tactics. So you were talking about how you guys expected LAFC to be on the counterattack. Was there any consideration to not play possession, to make them possess the ball and try to counterattack them tonight?
I mean, there were moments when we were defending in our own half and we defended really well and they didn't have any shot on targets. But there is eventually a moment when you have the ball. So how would we not play possession? That would mean that we don't want the ball, or we just play the ball long up front and lose it again. I don't really see how that would work. I have no problem playing possession then. We just need to be, like we were in second half, more disciplined, more patient, to not run into three of those. And obviously also in very, very bad moments, right? I mean, the first one is very early in the game, and the third one is always the total killer right before halftime. So I don't think it's about tactics and not wanting the ball. I don't think out in the first half when we were defending, they created anything.
And then this is the first time we've got to talk to you since Crow announced that they made a mistake in that St. Louis game. How does that process work? Do they reach out to you all and have a conversation with you when they make a incorrect call in a game-changing moment?
I didn't have any conversations, and I didn't hear it from anyone besides a player from me, and it doesn't help me now. We knew that it wasn't a penalty. It doesn't help, so I'm not going to lose much about that. Yeah.